Rick Judy, Tender Heart Senior Cares, he's running for the wall, and also Rich Howell with us. He represents Honor Flight, and that is the organization that will benefit Rick Judy, Tender Heart Senior Care, and Rich Howell. Welcome. Thanks for being here, and I love your You parked your motorcycle outside?
Oh, yeah. I ride today. I ride almost every day.
I was a little frightened when I saw you.
I know. He didn't recognize me.
He didn't recognize me.
Hey, Lou. You weren't on by.
You really look authentic, I must say.
Now, Rick, you didn't.
I don't look authentic? Is that what you're telling me, Lou?
That's kind of what I'm saying.
You know,
authentic as opposed
to...
So you didn't ride your motorcycle this morning?
Not this morning, Tanya,
okay.
no.
I've been riding for over 40 years, so, I think this is authentic.
You look like, what was the name of the movie that just came out, John Travolta, The Hogs?
Oh, Wild Hogs, yeah.
Wild Hogs.
That probably describes the biker culture about as well as anything,
but really,
to be honest with you.
There's so many people that the image doesn't fit the person.
Right.
In most cases.
Right.
Yeah.
Run for the Wall, give us a background on that.
Well, Run for the Wall has been going on for 23 years. It's a group of people, bikers, that ride across the country. The Run for the Wall starts in California. It takes 2 routes, one south and one north, and they stop all along the way, and they're there for something called Rolling Thunder, and that's where 500,000 motorcycles gather at the Pentagon, and they close DC down, and they do a parade to the Vietnam Memorial. It's to honor the Vietnam veterans, but veterans of all kinds, of all wars. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a completely honorable thing to do, to honor our nation's vets. I'm not a vet. The guy riding with me, Bill, he is a vet. But my father was a veteran, my brother was a veteran. I have a heart for veterans. I
love the fact that you don't have to be a veteran to be in this ride, because we love our veterans and our people who have fought and stood in harm's way.
That's a great point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And Honor Flight is receiving the recipient end of all of this, Rich?
Oh, from the kindness of Tender Hearts, absolutely. It was Rick's.
Tender Hearts?
Yes, very. It's very expressive, and it's real. I don't know, you might be able to give us an update on how you think the totals are going. But
well, we're at about $4,000.
That's
now,
tremendous.
Our goal, now I got to be honest here, I wanted to do this run for a long time. So I came up with the idea to do the run, and I'm like, this is so cool. I just want to run across the country, ride my Harley, and it's a good thing.
Don't you think this will be a life-changing event for you and everybody involved?
It absolutely will be. Then we came upon Honor Flight, and we thought, wow, what a cool thing to do. And we actually went down and provided the send-off breakfast for one Honor Flight, and I got to tell you, this was just an amazing experience, getting to know these guys and gals a little bit. Well, there's $30,000 it costs to take one flight to DC. That's 35 vets and 20 guardians that go with them. I made up my mind that I want to raise $30,000 to take one flight. I want to do this. This is something I personally want to do. And of course, got the company involved, everybody on my staff, everybody's behind this. We've got banners up. We're tapping everybody for a donation. We actually had a company that works for us. It's MTI Tech. They do computer work for us. They donated $1,000.
Oh, wow.
Terrific. Yeah.
Rich, a little bit about Honor Flight. You are deeply involved, you and your wife, Susan. 3rd
year, and again, as Rick said, about 35 veterans per trip. Our next trip is coming up in June 6, June 7. It'll be our 3rd trip of the year. We're hoping to have 6 trips this year. The most we've ever had in any one year was 3. So it's efforts like this of Rick and his organization that are allowing these trips to take place, because we're dealing here with a fairly short shelf life with these guys in terms of getting World War II veterans back to see their memorial. The average age is 89 years old. The oldest veteran we have taken, 95.
Bless his heart.
Yes.
And Rich, we were talking about life-changing. This is life-changing for these vets.
Oh, I attended a function Saturday down in Sun City and got a chance to talk to a number of vets who have gone this year, either in March or April, and they said it was the trip of a lifetime. One guy had been in hospice prior to going. We knew about it. We took him. He came back 2 weeks later, he was off of hospice. He has new vigor in his life, new energy, and it's because the whole world changed when he went back to Washington and was honored for something that he did 60 years ago in fighting for the defense of our nation. Little children were coming up to him asking for his autograph, asking, one child said, "I thought you guys were all dead." I said, "We're not yet."
Leave it to children. How many vets have been involved in this program thus far?
From Arizona, we are now at about 250, 270 that have gone through this program,
fabulous.
and they don't pay a cent.
You know, if I figured this correctly, you want to take 6 trips, $180,000 we're needing?
Well, it's about, to take a veteran is $850 per vet.
And if it's $30,000 a trip and you want to take 6 trips, we need in the ballpark of that much money.
It's all volunteer donation.
Yeah.
Do the airlines help? I know there's some airline executives.
Do they give you a break?
Yeah. We fly Southwest Airlines, and they just do a wonderful job. You saw the homecoming. They do when it's available. The fire trucks will come out at the airport and do the honor arch with the water. They do a wonderful job. They help as much as they can. Obviously, they're in a competitive situation, but getting through the security gates, getting all the veterans together, taking their luggage so they don't have to carry it. They're just wonderful in helping us provide what we need to provide to get these guys back there. It's a long, grueling trip, 3 days from Arizona.
Is this heartwarming for you from a public standpoint? Are the American people pouring out for these veterans?
Well, yes, and it's so neat because when you go through the airport, even people who are there who aren't there for greeting or welcoming home, they get caught up in it, and they start applauding, and they start shaking the veterans' hands. And oftentimes, many of the sponsors who are going with the vets are Vietnam or Korean War or even Gulf War veterans. And so they're seeing this generational thing passed down from one to another. It is extremely heartwarming.
Every time you're on the show talking about it, it just tears you up.